Good morning, everybody. So today is lesson 10 of Article 1, Section 10, and it's still powers forbidden by the state. So let's go into Section 10. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal, coin money, emit bills or of credit, make any things but gold and silver coin and tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts or grants in any title of nobility. So again, the states themselves, right, are forbidden to make their own currency. So that's why we have one currency in the United States, and that's the federal currency, right? So let's just go into it. No state shall, without the consent of the Congress, lay any imposts or duties on imports or exports except that what may be absolutely necessary for executing its inspection laws and the net produce of all duties and imposts laid by any state on imports or exports shall be for the use of the Treasury of the United States, and shall such laws all laws shall be subject to the revision of the control of the Congress. Okay. No state shall, without the consent of Congress, lay any duty of tonnage, keep troops or ships of war in time of peace, enter into any agreement of compact with another state or with foreign power, or engage in war unless actually invaded or in such imminent danger as will not admit of delay. So let's look at some of that. So states can't they can't have their own army. Now they can have a militia. They could have what they have is the National Guard, the state defense forces in most states, and a lot of militia, right? So unless you're being invaded, you can't have basically a standing army, and basically for any reason, because they didn't want each state to have its own army, its own standing army that wasn't associated with the government somehow, right? So that has nothing to do with the militia. The militia is totally different. According to every male that has to register for selective service technically is in the militia, okay? Because you can be called up at any minute. So plus the Second Amendment covers the militia. You can have a militia in each state, but not a standing army within the state. Now the National Guard is totally different. It's a militia. And it gets called up during time of war or other circumstances, right? So let's go to no state shall lay impost duties. So that's all given by the Congress, right? So also no state consent to lay duty, tonnage, keep troops, ships of war, time of peace, an agreement with another state. So in other words, from state to state, it should be that there should be no duty or excise coming from each state to state. That's reserved for federal commerce only. So again, can't make money. Each state can't make its own money, and you can't have a standing military or a navy, and it's controlled by Congress. Okay, and these are things that are forbidden, powers that are forbidden, right? So you can't have these certain things. So think about that. And the question I want to ask you on this one is, so we can't grant letters, right? And we can't do any imposts or duties and not have a standing military. So explain to me, as far as each state goes, right? What is the Congress in control over as far as what this is talking about, right? Excise duties, taxes, and also military stuff. I want you to explain to me what a militia is. I want you to explain to me what a standing army is, because obviously it's telling me they can't have that, right? And the duties and taxes. So those are the things that are covered in Section 10. And then tomorrow we're going to go into the executive branch. It starts at Article 2 in the executive branch, and we'll start the executive branch tomorrow. So what is a militia? That's talking about, or it's not a standing army, but what's a militia? Why are each state's not allowed a standing army, and why are we not allowed? Why is each state not allowed to make its own currency? And kind of explain those in detail to me when you send your responses. I look forward to reading them. Good job on everybody that's sending in your responses. I appreciate it. And again, God bless and have a good day.